Hello, people. Always saying it's your boy Muzi 13 back with another one. This is the Atletico de Madrid versus Arsenal match preview. Let's get right into it. This game is going to be very, very interesting and might not necessarily be on the pitch, but you never know because a lot of people are thinking this is going to be the Haram Derby. Oh, Atletico de Madrid versus Arsenal. But a lot of people have not really been watching Atletico. They're going off Atletico maybe 5, 10 years ago. They're not that same team that just want to sit back anymore. We saw against Barcelona that they go for you. They attack you when it's the right time as well. They're not just gonna sit back and soak up all the pressure. They can defend, but they're not what we saw 10 years ago against Prime Real Madrid in 2014, where they were sitting back with that one goal lead the whole game, and then you come in the last minute and score against them. They're a different team now. But let's talk about both teams. We've already played each other in the UEFA league phase and Champions League phase. Arsenal, of course, won that game. An emphatic 4-0 goals from Gabriel Martinelli and Gyökeres brace. So that was a 4-0 win that game. Arsenal were on fire at that point of the season. That was the start of the season around October. We were just smoking teams. Beat Atletico 4-0, beat Bayern 3-1. We were smoking teams. Arsenal are not currently on that same form. In the last 5 games, Arsenal have 2 wins, 2 losses, and 1 draw. But if you do look at Atletico as well, they're not in the best of form as well. They are, I don't know, it was that bad. The last 5 games, they've lost 3. They've lost 4. They drew 2-2 with Real Sociedad and lost on pens. So yeah, they've lost 4 and they've won 1. So they're not in the best of form right now. They've already qualified for Champions League pretty much. The gap between them fourth and fifth, I think they just need 1 or 2 more wins and like 10 points clear of Robertsis. So they can afford to just rest their players. And they've been doing a lot of rotation. Even prior to that Barcelona's second leg game, they rotated the whole lineup while Barcelona still had to play a strong team because, they were still going for La Liga at the time. So that's the advantage they have against Arsenal. The fact that they can rotate their whole team. Arsenal can't do that. We're chasing the Premier League and the Champions League, so we have to go strong in every single one of our games. But every game right now for Arsenal is like a final. Not like a final. It is a final. 4 more Premier League games to potentially win the league, and 3 more maximum Champions League games to the 2 semifinals. And if you make it past semifinal, the final. So 7 more games to go this season. The season's coming to an end. Arsenal are almost out of that dreadful April month. April under Arsenal is the worst. We have a way better record in May under Arteta at least. So hopefully we can get a good result against Atletico tomorrow. And then we go into May, and then, it's a straight shootout between us and Man City. But Arsenal needs to do what they have to do against Atletico de Madrid tomorrow. I think Arsenal needs to approach this game kind of similar to how they approach maybe Sports and Leverkusen, but it needs to be a bit more aggressive in the attack. And I say this because we can't afford to come back to the Emirates with a deficit. I think the minimum we should be aiming for is a draw. Honestly, ideally, obviously, a win. Like if you can edge out a narrow 1-0 win and force Atletico to come to the Emirates with and have to attack, that could benefit us way more. Because if Atletico come and sit back against us, we're not necessarily the best team at breaking out low blocks. So it's going to become even more difficult, more tricky for us. But the good news is we're getting some injured players back, and we finally have this guy back, Bukayo Saka. Now, he's not had the best of seasons. He's been in and out with injuries. For me, I'm giving him a leeway based off what he's done for Arsenal so far. Last season, he had an amazing season. He got that hamstring injury, had to have surgery. He was out for 3 months. And it still kind of seemed that when he started the season, still kind of recovered from it. He had another hamstring injury. He was out for a month. He had the injury after the cup final. He hadn't played since then first. So he's been out for like over a month as well. And it was good to see him come back, because when we saw him against Newcastle when he came on, even just that 10-minute cameo, that sharpness he had, I haven't seen that sharpness the whole season, not gonna lie. Maybe the start of the season, yeah, but that sharpness, you could tell that maybe him being out for a while obviously he's had to recover from the injuries, giving him a bit of rest, he can come back refreshed, and it looks like he's chomping at a bit to go. Now, I wouldn't start him in this game tomorrow simply because I don't know how fit he is, and for me, we can't afford Saka to be injured towards this business end of the season. You start him out of the way, can maybe bring him on if you need to. But maybe from the weekend against Fulham, that's when I'm starting Saka, and then the second leg, obviously the big important games coming up. But yeah, this guy being back is huge for us because he upgrades our attack significantly. A lot of people are just gonna forget what you've done in the past based off one bad season, but for me, he's still top level. He's still top level, top talent. So hopefully he can bring that top talent to get Arsenal over the finish line. But I'm happy he's back. But yeah, Arsenal, Atletico Madrid, Arsenal tomorrow is going to be a good game. Going to be a good game. I think it's going to be a slight more interesting than a lot of people are thinking. I think there'll be maybe a few goals, maybe like a 2-1 or a 2-2. But yeah, it's definitely not going to be anything like the Bayern PSG game we just witnessed tonight. Yeah, that game was insane. 5-4 to PSG. So yeah, hopefully Arsenal gets something, from this first leg, and then we go into the second leg at the Emirates. That's a huge advantage we have. Second leg at the Emirates with a chance of making our first Champions League finals since 2006. Absolutely insane. But yeah, I'm gonna go for a narrow 2-1 Arsenal win. I think we're gonna snatch it. 2-1 Arsenal win is what I'm gonna go for. Um, Goal scorers, I'm gonna go for Gyökeres and Saka off the bench. That's what I'm gonna go for. Hopeful. So yeah, 2-1 Arsenal win. Probably Julian Alvarez for them. And yeah, hopefully that's enough to send us to the final after the next leg next week. But it's been your boy Muzi 30. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. I'm out. Peace.